Hello, everyone. Fasting is very easy. Just don't eat anything. As easy as it sounds, the information is overwhelming and intimidating. You can Google it, and there is tons of information and videos on YouTube. It's a topic that's talked about a lot on forums and by health practitioners. I'm here today to talk about the powers of fasting from different perspectives, hoping it will motivate many of us to consider fasting in some ways and find your right groove. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Alok Bhaskar. I work in technology services and I am also the events chair in BAN. By faith, I don't celebrate Ramadan, but like many others, I do believe in the concept of fasting. Fasting is done in many religions and traditions to make you humble, for purification of mind, and for penance. For religious reasons, we heard about Ramadan today. Fasting is also done by followers of other religions like Christianity, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, and Jains. Fasting is also done for health and political reasons. Today, we will focus on the health perspective. Here is an interesting fact. The longest known fast was in 1971 by a 27-year-old man, Angus Barbery from Scotland. He did his fasting just on water and supplement for 382 days and shrank from 456 pounds to 180 pounds. So what is the science behind fasting? This is complex, and I'll attempt to simplify it as much as possible. Within a couple of hours after a meal, blood glucose level rise and trigger increased insulin secretion by the pancreas. When insulin level rise, it signals to store excess energy in the form of glycogen. However, there is very limited storage space for glycogen in the body. After it's full, the excess glucose just spills out into the blood. That's called type 2 diabetes. Glycogen can provide enough energy to power the body needs for 12 to 24 hours. And after this, the glycogen level drops down and body will primarily break down fat for the energy. The growth hormone increases. The growth hormone can also be increased by exercises. Growth hormone is the anti-aging hormone. It's also called as the fat burning hormone. If you are eating constantly, body will just use the incoming food energy. There is simply no need for the body to dip into your body fats. Either we are storing food energy or burning. You cannot store fat and burn at the same time. So to lose weight, we simply need to increase the amount of time in between meals by burning the food energy. That's called intermittent fasting. Around the 18th hour from fasting, autophagy kicks in. So what is autophagy? Autophagy means self-eating. The worn out cells are gobbled up and new cells are created to slow down aging. Japanese scientist Yoshinori Ohsumi won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2016 for this. After 12 hours of fasting, glycogen level depletes in liver and fatty acids are converted to ketones. These ketones are good for the brain and stimulates memory and learning. Inflammation also drops down and heals the gut, since the gut doesn't have to work anymore. Day 2 and beyond, there is more stem cells generation and increase in immunity. However, it's cautioned not to go beyond 2 to 3 days and do this gradually. So what is the difference between calorie restrictions and fasting? We all heard of different diet plans, mostly targeting calorie restrictions. And there are some plans that target fasting as well. So let's see the high-level difference between these two. Calorie restrictions means reducing average daily calorie intake by 20 to 30% without malnutrition. The feeding window could be any time between the 24 hours. Fasting can be of three types. Time restricted fasting, where you fast for 12 to 16 hours and eat between 8 to 12 hours. Some folks also do alternate day fasting, and there are few who do prolonged fasting for 2 to 3 days. The delta advantages of fasting over calorie reductions are many. For example, you get more growth hormones, you got ketones, which is good for the brain, the autophagy kicks in, which is anti-aging, you get an improved immune system, and there is relatively more sustained weight loss in fasting. In closing, I would like to say that there is insufficient evidence to recommend any specific calorie restrictions or fasting diet plans since there are so many. Remember that no diet approach is magical. What matters is what works for you. If your goal is to lose weight, fasting is an option you can try, and it works good for calorie restrictions as well. However, fasting has a few more benefits over calorie restrictions plan. If you try fasting diet, do so in consultation with a doctor, especially if you have any cardiovascular risk like high cholesterol or blood pressure. Start small with fasting for a few hours and gradually increase. If you're fasting for a longer duration, make sure you take minerals and nutrients with water. Always take water with fasting so you don't dehydrate. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope to learn and share from many of you on your experiences as well. If you share the same interests as me or have any questions, please contact me and I'll be glad to chat with you.